Man, y'all sneakerheads are gonna be mad.
Pascal.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy Pascal back at it again with another pop-up video. Be sure to follow me on Instagram and on Twitter, The Pascal Show, one word. Hit that like button down below. And let's not forget to crush that subscribe button if this is your first time checking out this channel right here. Anyway, we got to jump into this story. This is breaking overnight. As of yesterday, if I'm correct. This is something that has been breaking. People have been talking about this. This is brand new, bruh. Okay. Nike exec and Hebert departs after ties to son's sneaker business revealed. Yes, talk about privilege. Okay, let's get into this story. A top Nike executive has stepped down after she was linked to her son's lucrative, just so you hear that, lucrative sneaker flipping business. Now, if you guys don't know, there's a lot of people out there that are resellers. They like to go. You know how you go, some of these guys you see standing in line, they'll go buy 6 or 7 boxes filled with the latest shoe that just dropped that day. You know what I'm saying? Well, her son kind of does the same thing, except he does it quite a bit. He doesn't just buy like, you know, a few boxes. He buys like a gang of boxes, okay? And then resells them for a much more expensive price. That's how these guys get their money, okay? They go buy it, then they go and resell it on their own website, or they might sell it right there just from person to person, or, you know, there's other reseller apps and websites as well where people will go and sell those things. Man, shoot, eBay, Amazon, I mean, you name it. That's where they go and put their stuff, okay? So, and Hebert, the sportswear giant's vice president and general manager for North America, left her job Monday after 25 years at Nike, the company said in a brief statement. Nike did not say why she resigned, but her departure came 4 days after a Bloomberg, gotta love that Bloomberg Business Week report. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Bloomberg. Shout out to old Bloomy. You know what I'm saying? Detailed how her 19-year-old son, Joe Hebert, made hefty profits by buying coveted sneakers from Nike and other companies and reselling them on websites like StockX. Okay, and that's one of the many reselling websites that you can go to and buy, say that you try to go and buy the sneakers on the actual website, on Nike's website, or you stood in line. Some of y'all are some of those people that are in a line that are wrapped right around the door, right around the building, and y'all are sitting there just waiting for that new line, that new, that those Dunks or those Air Force Ones, or the new J's, whatever it is that you're into. And then when you finally go up and they're out of your size, because majority of the time that happens. I don't know how many times I've tried to go at 9 o'clock online and buy something my size, and that ish gets sold out like that. Real talk. Okay, so people will go to these other sites just for people who don't understand. Okay, they'll go to these other sites, and you'll go and you'll buy these sneakers, but instead of the sneakers being $200 or 150 or 200, 150 or somewhere along the lines of that price range, these mugs will be like 250, 300. I mean, it just goes up. It just keeps going up and up and up. Real talk, okay? That's what these resellers do. They'll go buy a gang of them and then try to sell them again, but mark up the price so high that, I mean, you got to be a real dedicated sneakerhead to want to buy said latest sneaker, okay? Let's get back to this. The younger Hebert got his start flipping Supreme t-shirts in high school and went on to launch a company called West Coast Streetwear, which ranks as much as $600,000 in sales in a single month last year, the story says. Yeah, but the teen also apparently had a little help from his mom. What else is new? Gotta love that privilege. This goes down real smooth for a lot of y'all. At least one of the West Coast streetwear's American Express credit cards was set up in Ann Hebert's name, according to a statement he provided to Bloomberg. The card was used to buy limited edition sneakers that he could resell at a higher price. Hebert reportedly paid more than $200,000 for about 2,000 pairs of shoes. He snapped up at Nike outlets as well as mom and pop shops and other chains like Foot Locker and Champ Sports. Now, the article that I just recently read to you guys is saying one thing about saying that the company, the West Coast Streetwear company, had its own company credit cards under his mother's name, or Joe had his mother's name on these credit cards and all that, okay? But there's also stories about it being much more than that. There's another part that I saw on Complex article, and it says this: Nike does not permit its employees to participate in sneaker reselling, and the practice of buying shoes at their retail price only to sell them at a higher price is still taboo to many collectors. A Nike spokesperson told Bloomberg that Ann had disclosed information about the business to her employer in 2018, and there was no violation of company policy. So allegedly, she wasn't doing anything wrong. What they're saying is she put her name on a credit card, and her son uses it to just buy sneakers. But there has also been talk of her giving her son like employee discounts and all that, so he can go and buy sneakers at a large amount for a much cheaper price, so that he can go off and buy and sell those things at his store or in resale stores. You see what I'm saying? So this is not so good. People are questioning whether the younger Hebert is gaining unfair access to limited edition sneakers with the help of his mother. Some brought up the 6 pairs of rare Nike mags, which sell for over $12,000 each, that he said he'd randomly discovered in a storage unit in January 2020. So he randomly found these things in a storage unit randomly. 6 pairs of these mugs. Okay. Speculating they were obtained through more nefarious means. Some brought up the 6 pairs of rare Nike mags, which sell for over $12,000 each, that he said he'd randomly discovered in a storage unit in January 2020. So he randomly found these things in a storage unit randomly. 6 pairs of these mugs. Okay. Speculating they were obtained through more nefarious means. One source claims that Joe would buy pairs in large quantities from Nike outlets using his mother's discount and resell them later. So, like I said, there are people out here that are saying, and these are all hearsay, this is not full proof yet, but they're saying that mama hooked him up with the employee discount and he went and did his thug thizzle. Like I said, he is using his privilege. He is using his connections. His mom, who has obviously works for one of the biggest sneaker companies in the world, and is using that, literally is using that to his advantage so he can secure them bags. Now, the question I leave up to you guys is this right? Does she have a right to do that? Because, you know, if you really think about it, I know a lot of people that'll hook up their friends with that employee discount every once in a while. Like, oh, let me go and get that for you. I got this employee discount. Just give me the money. This is what it would really cost, but give me this amount, and I'll slide you a solid. That's one thing. You know what I'm saying? But when it turns into $600,000 worth of profit off of sneakers that you got as a employee discount, then you got sneakers that were at least $12,000 each. I mean, just using this one example, the Nike mags example, that you just randomly found 6 pairs. 6 pairs that each would sell for $12,000. and they just happen to fall off the back of a truck? You just happen to find it somewhere in a storage unit? Nah, man. Nah, this is a perfect example of someone exhausting their privilege. This is ridiculous. And let me say this, though, too. I don't blame her for trying to do whatever she could to make her son have a successful career. But she did it the wrong way. She most definitely did it the wrong way. This is not how you do this. This is not how you make your son make the monies. Sure, you help him with a few credit cards. You know, if you're at that place, if you got that A1 credit, cool. Congratulations. You know what I'm saying? Help your son out. Teach him the way of the samurai. Teach him the way of the business, if that's the business that he wants to get into. But don't cut corners so that your son could be making a whole bunch of money, because you know for a fact this stuff is going to come back and bite you in the ass. And it did. Surprise, surprise, it did. Man, all I got to say is, I don't know how many times I've gone to the Nike app or going online and I've seen like a couple pairs of sneakers that I'm like, yo, those are dope, man. Let me get some. The next day, 9 o'clock, they already sold out. Do you know how many times that has happened? Countless times. Now I think it's Joe Hebert who stole that ish. You know what? From now on, whenever you are wrapped, in a line, wrapped around a building, waiting to get those latest J's or those latest dunks or the freshest kicks, and they run out of your size, just blame it on Joe Hebert. You just say Joe Hebert did it. You know what I mean? Damn, Joe Hebert. Damn it, Joe Hebert. You know what I'm saying? He could literally be the sneakerhead's boogeyman. I think that's what it is. Yeah. Joe Hebert is now all sneakerheads' boogeyman. Comment down below. Let me know what you think on this. I mean, what are your thoughts on this story? To me, this is a crazy story. It's really effed up. But this is a perfect example of rich people giving their kids a leg up. This is not a surprising tale. Like, we've never heard these stories before. We have heard these stories before, my children. We have. Trust and believe we have. Anyway, that's the video. Comment down below. Let me know what you think. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Please crush it. Crush it until it shatters digitally. It'll be great to have you a part of the Pascal Show family. Anyway, it's time to get going. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. And I'll see you guys in the next video. This is the Pascal Show. Bye.
Pascal. You are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild.